Hello again. So after creating our AWS secret keys, okay, now we will move to the boto3 part. So we created bucket, user, policy, access keys for local development. Now I will upload the data from my local development to my S3 bucket. There is a function called df upload in this documentation, okay, that is related to S3. As you know, AWS boto3 has a documentation, and we said that boto3 can be used with EC2 service, with EC2 instances, with DynamoDB, with CloudWatch, with KMS. So in our example now we are dealing with S3 buckets. So here there is a section, Amazon S3 examples, uploading files. We want to upload files, so the AWS SDK for Python provides a pair of methods to upload a file to an S3 bucket. We can upload files, we can here, as I said, downloading files, we can copying files, we can do many things with boto3. So we are in the case of uploading file. So this function upload file accepts the file name, bucket name, and an object name. The file name that we want to upload it, the bucket name that already created, and the object name. This object name is simply if we have a file in local development, call it text, for example, test.txt, and when I want to upload it, I want to be uploaded as test file, for example, txt. I want it with another name, so we can use this. So this is the function. Import the logging, boto3, botocore. If you remember botocore, we talked about this, and OS. This is the function. It takes these three arguments. If the object name is none, it will give it the name, the file name. It will use the file name that as it is. Then it will be boto3 client S3 service, okay. And in our case, since we are dealing with S3 from local development, we will mention the access keys and the secret keys, and then we will try and catch about response. Try response, we use the function, and if there is an exception, we can catch it and log in, and then doing logging, okay. So let's start doing our work. So first thing, we need to install boto3. I have installed boto3. I can do boto3. It is already installed, okay. In my case, it is already installed. So what I will do, I will import it. So if import boto3, okay, I will now use AWS, create these variables, AWS S3 bucket name, okay. I will give it my the name of my bucket name that I have already created, the AWS region. You remember that it is this in Europe, okay, UA West 3. So AWS access key, it will be my access key here. This is the access key. I'll make it public because later I will delete the user. So, but for you, don't do that. Also the secret key. It will be the secret key, this secret key here, okay. So I can also have this my local file, it will be for here I have it is name is text.txt.txt, but I think no need to this. I can modify it, rename it test. It is test.txt, and the name that should be in S3 is, for example, I want it with the name to be test file.txt. Okay, I want it to be displayed named like that. Next I will create a function, call it for example main. Okay, no arguments. So now for example I can just print this, I am in main method. Okay, next I have my S3 client. Okay, my S3 client, it will be boto3 client. Okay, I will, as I said, mention the service name. This boto3 client takes some arguments. If you go to the documentation of boto3 client, it takes some arguments. In our case, since we are looking from local, it will be service name. The service name is S3. It also take the region name, which is this AWS region. It takes the AWS access key ID. Okay, it is AWS access key that already developed here. Okay, and finally it takes the AWS secret access key, and it will be AWS secret key. Okay, so okay, now I will take the response. Okay, the response, it will be the S3 client that we have already created. Okay, and we will use the function upload file that is here, this function. Okay, already developed by them. So upload file, it take what? It take the local file that we already mentioned, the AWS S3 bucket name. Okay, and it take what? The name for S3. Like, see here what we said. We said that the upload file, it take the file name, which is local file in our case, the bucket, which is the bucket name, and the object, which is, we call it name for S3. So it is like this. And finally in our function, we just, if we want, we can print, I don't know, for example, print f string, for example, upload for example logs for the response, and we can, for example, do it like this. Okay, now it is fine. And then if we can just, this is a Pythonic way to do things, if name equal main. Okay, it will be main. Yes, it is between single quotes. Uploading load for the response, it is none. Let me, for example, here, this is, it's empty. This is my file for testing purpose. Okay, I will save it. So the path, I need to change the path, copy path of this file. So it is test. I can put it like this, R. Okay. So, and then I need to run my file. Okay, it is upload logs for the response. It is taking none, and if I go to see my file, it is here. It is test.txt file. Okay, if I want to download this, okay, I can download it. It is test.txt file, and this is my first my file for testing purpose. So that's it. I hope that you find this useful. Thank you very much for your attendance. Getting this null response is something normal. Okay, the response variable is none. This is normal. Okay, because the upload file function didn't return any specific response, which is common for successful uploads in boto3. And you have seen here we have found our file already uploaded, or test file here. It's in successfully uploaded, so no worries. Okay, thank you very much.